So I reckon I've come up with a solution to mount this Cyclopac Donaldson filter. Originally I thought about, because I do have some scrap flat steel, and thought about making a couple of bits of flat steel, heating them up, putting the bend in so they bolt down here. But then the air filter housing would have been, sort of way out here, which would work. Like, it's not, not the end of the world. And then I started having a bit of a mess around here this morning, and I reckon I've come up with a far better solution. So it's tucked away nice and neat. And I can still take the cap off and service the filter. It comes out past the tyre. So I reckon that's what I'll do. So I'll pull the battery out, make sure there's nothing behind where I can bolt the clamps down. And then what I'll do is I'll probably get, thinking if I get a 45, I get this all level, get a 45 just to bring it out that little bit past the back of the seat. I don't know if it'll zoom out enough, but have it, come out a little bit, kick up. That way I can put a bit more of a, like a 45 with a bit of early tube, and that way I can have this up a bit, so that way it's getting, more fresh air. But I'll have to put make a bit of a stay up to bolt onto the pipe. I'm just hoping, like I don't lean back a lot on the seat, so I should, if I've got a 45, there should be enough clearance there. And if I've got, maybe a 500mm length of pipe, that'd probably work. Get it up right up out of the silt and the dust, because it's got this dust collector bowl, and then it's got like a cyclone plastic housing fitting thing on the filter itself. And the other reason this would work really well is it's solid mounted. Like I'll mount it on rubber with the two clamps, but it also gives me pretty well straight shot to run some flexi tube straight up underneath the deck, well, underneath the body, and into the carby there. So I reckon that'll work, because yeah, if I had it out here, it's going to interfere with the trailer. It's going to be more vibration, which won't hurt. It'll knock the dust out, it'll knock the dust that gets past that into the dust collector bowl on the top of the lid. But I think this will work just as well, because there should be enough vibration and movement to knock the dust out in that and in that. And it's going to be a lot more solidly mounted here than having two bits of flat steel hanging out kind of thing. So I reckon I'll give that a go. Don't have enough money to finish the whole thing off today, but I'll just poke along. I'll get that mounted, I'll pull the battery out, make sure there's nothing behind, punch a few holes through, bolt it down, and at least get, that sort of mounted up. I think I've got enough spray paint that I may give it a coat. I'll try and get that sticker off, give it a coat of paint, tidy it up a bit, so at least that part's done. Filter looks alright, then it's just a matter of, I'll probably, because they're meant to run like that foam inner filter, which I'll have to track down. So yeah, I reckon I'll pull the battery out, bolt it all down, make sure it's all going to work, give that a lick of paint if I've got enough paint, and then it's just a matter of getting a couple of bends, some flexi pipe, and yeah. I just got the battery out. Looks like I might just have to unclip. Where's my spanner? Might just have to focus. Might just have to unclip this wiring harness. It's literally just a plastic clip. But other than that, there's nothing else behind it, so yeah, I reckon this will work. I'll drop this air cleaner off, pop that little clip out, and mark it up, and yeah, see what happens. Well, that's that all done. So I just loosened the brackets up and straightened up a little bit. Looks like it's on the piss, but it's leveled vertically and horizontally. I think it's more to do with this body's sort of sloping down a bit. So yeah, that's all done. I'll have to get, like I said, 45 come up, make a bit of a snorkel, and some of the flexi tube. I'll don't know if I'll do it today, but I'll try and warm that sticker, or warm it up, so I can peel it off, and I'll give this a spray paint if I've got enough black paint left. So once that's all done, it'll be just a matter of figuring out like an adapter. Probably to come, I don't know how I'm going to work this, but I'll figure something out. Now whether it comes straight back out here, and then, you know, if I feed it up through the gap there underneath here, probably have to, I'll see if I've got a bit of old heat shield. I'll kind of make up a bit of a shield just to try and keep that intake a bit cooler. Yeah, that actually turned out pretty well and doesn't stick out like dog's balls either, so yeah, that's one more job down. Yeah, I'll go and pick up the deck brake bracket this week. Order rings, pistons, rings. I'm thinking I'll grab a piston just in case. Any bearings I need, and a seal kit. And then that way, while it's been ordered, because it'll take weeks for the parts to get here, I can put all those two new pulleys on the drive, new brake bracket on the deck, and then that side of things is done. Then it's just that. So yeah, getting there slowly making it something that's a bit more reliable. It looks like I can get rings, a piston, seals, etc. for less than $200, so might go that route for now. Give it a rebuild. Rebuild with that new intake system should work a hell of a lot better. And I'll look further into just getting a mechanically governed carby instead of this electronic bullshit. And I think I should be able to run it without all this shit on there, because it actually, I think it only sort of gets power and ground, maybe a signal or something from the ignition, but most of the wiring comes up to the potentiometer. So it's basically just this side of the mower that is really affected by this ECU. So yeah, if you stuck around for this, thanks for watching. Hopefully somebody finds this useful.